banging too. Banging. If you ain't hear the drop, Menace got beats. Catch them on YouTube. Some of the Menace beats. Don't forget to fuck with my homeboy Kerry, K Double. Hit us up for them beats. Future made me fall in love with that shit right there. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh, that's the.
I got the key to the street.
That's designer.
I got the key to the street.
I got the. I might just take your girl and pay your bill.
Yo. Hey, man, we back, man. This is
Shout out to the Beagles.
Street Conscious, man. Just a show that tries to tell you what's going on in the world at a conscious level of our views and our thoughts.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? The topic of this show is called The Last 48, man. Last 48 been kind of crazy in this
Not
world
the first
right now.
48.
Not the last 48.
The last 48. And the last 48 is involved in a lot of senseless murders
And fuckery. Like my Jamaican partners would say. It's been a lot of fuckery.
And a lot of bullshit. So
It's
we're gonna go in. We're gonna start on the first day of the last 48.
It's a little crazy, but don't let them fool you.
The last 48. The first day was July 6th.
Yeah.
And we had a situation going on with my man Alton Sterling in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
They all buddy on the 5th.
It was the 5th. It was the day before.
Happened on the 5th.
Yeah.
His social media on the 6th where it took over the world.
Yeah, that when the world called it. It dropped. Yeah.
Yeah, and basically, you know, everybody want to explain the altercation.
Man, they caught Alton Sterling outside of a Triple S Food Mart in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And basically what ended up happening was police got a report, or they got a call from they got a tip from an anonymous caller that said that it was an individual outside this same convenience store, this Triple S Food Mart, who had brandished a weapon, who had threatened somebody, brandished a gun, showed them a firearm. And so the police roll up, and the job that these particular officers did, I must comment on that they didn't stop to have a conversation with the individual. They didn't try to verify or fact check.
Was the guy.
Yeah, if this was the guy, right? It was one of those situations where, to me, this is how I feel, and you ain't gonna make me change my mind. We all look alike.
Right.
It was one of them type of situations, because they just roll up and the first nigga they seen got the business. And, you know, it was crazy, man. They roll up on my man. He was out there, Alton Sterling.
They say he fit the description.
Right. But he out there selling CDs, doing what he always do. And what fucked me up is, bro, he not selling dope.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, the store owner gave him permission to do that. The store owner and partner. His partner there, like, them niggas out there cracking jokes, like, what's up, big boy? Like, oh, what's up, A-Rab?
Yeah, they've been doing it for 6 years.
Right, bro.
In front of the same store.
They call him CD man, DVD man, bro. Like,
so at the same time, the question is, I know damn well the police officer seen him a million times before.
Before you go for it.
You know what I'm saying?
I just want a couple things. I know we can't bring it back.
Speak on.
You know what I mean? But there's a couple of things before the thing even escalates. They got a call that someone was out there brandishing a gun.
Right.
If this guy fits the description, just hold him down.
That's what I need.
Hold him down. Yeah. Put your hands behind your back. Get on your knees. You know what I mean?
It's that simple.
And, bro, it's humiliating, but they didn't have to go touch him.
Right.
They didn't have to touch him. You didn't damn sure didn't have to shoot him. You know what I mean? There was other ways these guys just could have approached the situation.
If
you know what I mean?
If you in the hood, and I know it's different for us because that's where we from.
Right.
But if you in the hood, bro, like that's what they ought to give the goddamn ghetto training or hood training or project training, whatever the white folks like to call the slum. Y'all need to give training on how to deal with the people, cause like, bro, really, the man, if y'all would have came up like, hey, big boy, why you got them goddamn, heard you got a tool on deck.
Yeah.
You know, we can't let you slide like that. Now, just let me check out one time.
Yeah.
Now, if he went from there, then everything else is warranted. But, like, bro, you ain't even have to approach the man like it's an occupation and he was a goddamn, you know, revolting citizen.
Right. gonna try to give the officer the benefit of the doubt that he was afraid going on a gun call. So you know what I mean? Like they didn't have to go touch him.
If you scared, go to church.
Yeah,
You heard IQ.
Ain't nothing worse.
You signed up for the job.
Ain't nothing worse than a scary motherfucker with a gun.
Right. And they always tell you that, bro. I done heard that shit so much my whole life, bro.
But for the viewers who still don't understand the story of what's going on, basically Baton Rouge footage we seen, one from a person and a female in a car, one from the owner of the store who was videoing from the doorway. Basically they tackled him. As soon as they walked up, they tackled him. They scuffled with him.
No convo.
Fell on the ground.
They done scooped him, tased him. Right. You understand what I'm saying?
That's from my particular point. When she starts shooting, they already tased him.
Right.
They already tased him.
Right.
I guess he didn't fall fast as they thought he was going to fall.
When the video starts.
So they tackled him. He fell over a car.
When they
landed on his back.
Boom, he hit the hood.
Landed on his back. He's not able to move at the time.
They had done tased him again on their back, though.
Exactly.
They don't even give you the benefit of the doubt of trying to break your fall when you're falling, wrestling with somebody. Like your natural instinct is to brace yourself on the fall.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Why are you being tased?
Right.
Even if you ain't doing none of that, bro, when you being tased, we the same video where motherfucker get tased and seize up and do all kind of involuntary motions.
Yeah.
Bro, like,
they locking up.
Yeah, they never gave a man the benefit of the doubt of the damn electrocution and shit.
For real. Man, I just seen you the same video where white boys tase each other in the nuts, in the tongue.
And just drop.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But they fell on him. One police officer who scooped him, he was on the bottom half of him. And the other police officers on the top half had his knee in his chest.
Now, it's important to say, both of them boys were like my side. Them wasn't little police officers.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? We talking about 2+. Like, both of them boys were goddamn. Now, you telling me 2 trained police officers. Two trained police officers of a sizable stature or of some sort of weight. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't hold down one individual and stop him from procuring a firearm that was nowhere close, really. Nowhere close.
No.
But I'm sorry. You go ahead. You go ahead, man.
Okay. Once he's on the ground, the police officer has his one on the bottom half, the other's on the top of the torso on the chest. The police officer's on his chest, still is tasing him at the time.
Right. Can you stick? I want to stop with that. Being a big boy, when you on your back and you got somebody with their knee in your stomach,
you can't breathe.
You cannot breathe, yo.
You can't breathe.
You are, I swear before God, you are squirming involuntarily just to get your breath.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And especially if he was tussling with
right.
Before.
You know, I doubt it, and you had already tased him.
It's not lean. Kids don't do drugs. We clean over here.
But yeah, man. So he instantly put his taser up, which was on his left side. So he put the taser up on the left side of the left holster, and instantly grabbed his gun on the right side and said, "Don't move, I'm gonna shoot you."
Yeah, bro.
My man still was moving. He couldn't help it. It was like he was.
He said, "I swear." He said, "Don't move. I swear, I'll."
I swear. Yeah, basically.
You know what I mean?
And then you heard.
We want to put the facts out there. We want to get him right what he exactly said. He said, "I swear, I'll."
Exactly what he said.
You know what I mean? You don't have.
Verbatim.
Yeah. You don't have to do. I'm not gonna put words in the mouth. You know what was next.
And then he executed it. And then
he actually did what he said. What he insinuated.
Yeah.
And then what's crazy is he fired all 2 or 3 rounds into him immediately. And then the female who was videotaping,
they couldn't take the look of someone being killed, so they squirmed
and dropped the phone.
Yeah, they squirmed because they couldn't believe he shot. To watch somebody die is not an easy sight.
Never.
You know what I mean?
Never.
I wanted the woman to stay still and see the whole thing.
Right.
But her reaction to the actual death, you know what I mean?
It just killed her.
Yeah, she couldn't. She couldn't take it. Yeah. So she squirmed and missed the actual. We don't see the guy, the second guy who shoots him anyway. You know what I mean? It seems like the guy behind him shoots. You know what I mean? But that's not even for me to figure out.
But that's the first video.
That's the first
video. The first video was disturbing enough, man. When I got wind of it and I sat down and I really watched the video, you know what I'm saying? Like, the first video was kind of distorted. you know, you couldn't really see everything. What I saw, I thought I was seeing the police officer with his knee in his back.
Right.
And I thought I saw him shoot into his back.
Right.
Now, you clearly saw the muzzle flash 2 times. You saw the pistol go off 2 times.
Before the camera dropped.
Right, before the camera dropped. Now, I don't know if you don't pay attention, but put it in slow-mo. I analyze shit like that, and it's there for you to see. But you see the muzzle flash twice before she cuts away. But then, I'm not even going to go then first. First, I want to elaborate on the shitty angle. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, finish.
I want to elaborate
on the shitty angle. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Basically on the shitty angle, she drops the phone. She immediately, whoever was driving, like, oh no, they done killed Buddy. They done shot Buddy.
Did they
just
shoot
kill
him?
Right. And then she instantly starts crying.
Even though the phone down, she still talking.
If you're paying attention, while she's crying, if you listen, you hear a couple more shots go off.
Yeah.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So something's not right with that equation in the
most definitely
first place.
Right.
Period.
Everyone would have loved to see that third shot, but I think that third shot was just an involuntary. No, not the cops. I think homeboy. I think he was been shot. It was an involuntary movement. Just jump up like.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
Not to lunge for his gun, but he just been shot. He's been tased.
He don't know what to do.
He said that.
He in shock. He trying to get away.
In the second video, he actually said, "Oh, you just shot me. You just shot me." It's in the second video. Trust me. But. So I want to elaborate on that first video. It's of bad quality, but that's only because of the distance. She is in a parking space that's, I'm not...
10 to 12 feet.
Right, there you go. I would say I'm not an investigator, but I can tell that it's, okay, we'll say about 2 yards away. You know, we give them 12 feet. We'll say about 2 yards away.
Hey, you never seen a man cry.
No, 3, 6, 9, 12. About 4 yards away, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
About 4 yards away. No. So that's that. But even in that distorted, you know, dark, bad quality video, you still can tell that this is clearly an execution. Because he didn't reach, he didn't move. If he reached, it's because he was being tased and being suffocated. There are clear reasons as to why he would have involuntary reactions.
Oh, he's still flailing like.
Right. It's clear reasons for that. Then... you have people that were commenting, boom, 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 boom.
Well, if you just stay still, you let me tase your ass, then jump on your stomach and see what you do.
Exactly.
And we spoke about this before we started filming.
Well, I'm sure they made him piss his pants because they was in his gut with their knee.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know you got to subdue him, but you had his hands. You had both his hands, bro. With the iPhone, from the good phone, you see both his hands restrained.
And that's what
one up here and one under the knee.
Yep. Now, see, in the bad quality film, you got people like the hatred on media. I'm talking about regular media. Please, go to this post when it first broke on the Washington Post, on the New York Times, on the LA Times. And I just want you, black people, and you liberal white people, I want you to go and look at what a large group of the citizenry believes about that situation.
Right.
You read the post and the comments yourself. Not what the editorial says, not what that journalist wrote. You read the comments. Right. But it was so much hate. It was ridiculous. But that's that.
That's neither here nor there.
Right. And it was that's
just a picture of America though.
That's why I want you. That is a microcosm of the country that you live in. But you had people saying, like he said, like, oh, if he wasn't flailing, if he wasn't this, if he wasn't that, if he da-da-da-da. But when that iPhone footage came out, they were so quiet. They were so... Abdul Muflahi.
Yeah, he knew the Baton Rouge police was going to take that in-store video. They knew that store video was going to be taken.
He told them he wasn't going to give them to him without a warrant.
Right.
And they took it anyway.
Now
that's how your police system works.
And he was smart enough to videotape on his phone because he knew they would destroy that video.
The video, the surveillance.
I give some courage to the goddamn store runner. You know what I mean?
I do. I fuck with cuz.
That joker is putting truth before money.
That's right. Now I agree. I fuck with cuz, and y'all ignorant ass niggas out there, next time some shit pop off, don't go burning down the goddamn stores. Them folks ain't always your goddamn enemy, man.
Right.
Have some nuts and you go burn down the motherfuckers that really fucking with you.
Right. That Joker's showing a lot of courage to say what he's saying. You know what I mean?
Buddy stood up. And I'm glad they didn't riot and fuck his shit up. Because Buddy is on your team, man.
Right.
Yeah, he said he known him for 6 years. He been out there for 6 years.
He put himself in the crosshairs to be true.
And I bet my life savings the show will be shut down in 2-3 years.
I guarantee.
I guarantee you, Baton Rouge police will harass that man out of that neighborhood.
But at the same time, Baton Rouge police, y'all know this man, he's there all the time.
Right.
Y'all telling me in the last 6 years I haven't
seen him?
Right. You right. Yeah. They do their homework. You're absolutely right.
Y'all watch everybody. Y'all profile everybody y'all pass by.
Yeah.
So when y'all see that person out there every day or every other day or even on the weekends, you know that's what you do.
All right. We gonna move on. They killed him. Plain blank. Boom. The video comes out. Immediately, they post his criminal record. Right. He's a pedophile. You don't even know the story. Pedophilia is the worst thing you can do to a child. Steal their innocence. You know what I mean? Pedophilia is an adult in a child relationship. These two had a high school relationship with a gap in age difference.
But see,
you're underage. You're under the age of 21, but you're a couple years older than your girlfriend.
His crime wasn't that it was
archaic.
Pedophilia. Right. It was the actual terminology is carnal knowledge of a juvenile.
Right.
That's what the actual term is. In Louisiana, carnal knowledge of a juvenile means that you had consensual, and this is in the legislature. Right. Please do your fucking homework.
Right.
But carnal knowledge of a juvenile in Louisiana means you had consensual sex with an individual who was more than 2, but less than 4 years younger than yourself. At the time, this was 2000 when this happened to Alton Sterling.
Right.
Or Alton Sterling. I don't want to fuck up his name because they call him Big Al. Right. But, you know what I mean? Like, this was 2000. He died at 37. Still 2016.
Still with the young lady.
So we talking about 2000, brother, man was 19, 20?
19 going on 20.
You understand what I'm saying?
And she was 16.
Right. So now, how many of y'all nasty motherfuckers to smash somebody 5, 6, 8, 12 years younger than you? It don't, you know what I mean? Like
at the same time, man, think about it.
That's puppy love, man. That's high school.
19, 20,
right. It wasn't what the charges made it out to be.
He was a senior. She was a freshman when they hooked up.
They in school together. You technically.
She look at 2 years later. She was a junior.
He's out of school.
He's 20.
Right. Anybody could have been in that same situation.
Right.
Anybody could have been in that same situation. Now we're going to look at the other charge.
That's a very archaic law. Those southern archaic laurs need to be taken off the books, but those are a way of trapping young men and keeping them out of work.
Absolutely. That's what it really is. Say, hold on.
Certain young men.
I'm sorry. Say that one more time. Why is it archaic? Why is it still
very
in place?
archaic rules, but it's still in place to entrap certain men and keep them off the workforce.
Okay. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Certain young men.
Certain young men. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to read between the lines.
Watch Hidden Colors 4 if you want to read between the lines when they speak on unions.
Right.
Go pick up Hidden Colors 4 and look at it when they speak on unions and unionized work and the workers, and then you'll understand why it was important to keep certain workers out of the workforce. And you do your own homework on that.
And I'm going to put this out there early. We do not condone the killing of the police. It hijacks the movement.
Not at all.
It hijacks the movement. We could not beat the police.
I'm going to tell you why, though.
We could not beat the police.
And I agree.
We could not beat the police.
He right.
He absolutely right.
He right.
We about to move on into
that. No, we can't. Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet. Too much gonna happen.
That was July 5th.
No, we can't go on. We can't go on. We can't go on to Minnow yet. We can't go to Minnow yet. We can't go to Minnow yet because too much happened in that situation in New Orleans. I mean, in Baton Rouge. We can't go to Minnow yet. I'm sorry.
Put the ice on it, Rock.
Go ahead.
All right, now the situation in Baton Rouge, I have to, bro. Like,
I love this.
The situation in Baton Rouge was more visceral and visual than what happened in Minnesota, and it's not that it's any less tragic because they both are horrible. Yep. But you see that man die.
You see
that man die.
You see his soul leave the body.
Right.
His arm locks up, fighting for death.
Fighting,
bro.
You see that man die.
Yeah. Last words was you shot me.
Right. See what I'm saying? Like you see that man die. We can't just.
Last thing he heard was the police officer cussing.
And then after they shot him, these cocksuckers had the nerve to say, gun, 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 gun. Like,
he was reaching for the gun.
Right, who is y'all trying to fool now? Y'all already done killed him.
Right.
Y'all already done killed him, and now you gonna say gun, because your cameras fell off. See? That's why we can't move on, because look how much fucking bullshit happened in that.
How convenient.
They body cameras fell off.
How convenient was it that the body camera fell off right at the perfect angle to catch your hands? How convenient was that?
See, I can't.
How convenient was that?
I can't go for that. So
I'm not saying those great conspiracy, but they got caught up in the moment and they fucking murdered him. These fucking cops get caught up in their anger.
And at the same time, you see plenty of footage. If you haven't seen it, just look it up. Any type of footage of another male of another race with a gun on his hip, and acting very violent and threatening. And they're actually trying to talk him down.
Oh no, we just said
more police around.
When this happened to most white folk, they try to find an out. They try to find a way to de-escalate the situation without violence, without murder, without any over-aggressive behaviors. We can go back, and you can go back on YouTube and look on YouTube, and it's called The Gun Challenge or something like this. Right. You'll see it, but it's a white guy carrying a gun, an open gun, in a place where they have open carry laws. He got an AR-15 with a shoulder strap slung across his shoulder, walking down the street. The police pull up. Okay, about 1 or 2 cars, or maybe 3 cars at the most, pull up.
But they keep
the first officer talked to him and said, "Hey man, what are you doing out here?" Blah blah blah. And he explained, it was like, "I'm just demonstrating my Second Amendment rights." And blah, 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 blah. And the officer don't tell him that he can't do it. He's just like, "Okay, well, look, you're in a public place, and, this don't look right, and the people feel blah, 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 blah." It's a very civil conversation.
Right.
Now, the people who conducted the experiment all in a group together. So that first guy, he gets off, boom, 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 boom. No detaining. He is not detained at any point in the video. The second guy happens to be African-American. They did this purposefully so they could show you the differences and the discrimination in the way the police patrol citizens. So the second guy, he gets seen with the AR-15, slung across the shoulder with the shoulder strap. Same scenario. Not threatening anybody, not pointing a weapon at anybody, not going and doing any aggressive maneuvers. And 4, 5, 6 fucking police cars show up on the scene. They immediately draw down on him. Immediately tell him, get down on the ground, blah, 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 all the little good police shit that they tell us niggas that we're used to. So just from that scenario, you know that there's some sort of disparity in the way that the police are patrolling and arresting or detaining citizens, because he is immediately detained. Now going back,
stereotyping.
Right. Yeah, because they police stereotypes. They do not police people.
Right. They stereotype.
So let's go back to Baton Rouge. I'm sorry I keep saying New Orleans. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Yeah.
But let's go back to Baton Rouge. Now, for the whole state of Louisiana, their governor has signed into law the Blue Lives Matter bill. This is important. This was before what happened with Alton Sterling happened. So the Blue Lives Matter bill is basically equal to a hate crime. For you to resist arrest is just like saying, fuck the LGBT community and fuck niggas. They can charge you with the same type of criminal offense as if it was a hate crime. Now, aside from that, let's go away from that. Same thing what happened with Alton Sterling. You see this man executed on film, and you still have naysayers that saying, "Oh, it's because it's criminal record." Okay, we got into the pedophilia. I want to be thorough, because you got people that's gonna try to dig into everything.
Right.
And he got caught. He was actually on probation at the time.
Right.
Right.
But
got caught with some weed.
Right. That I was gonna go into that last, but speak on it. I'm glad you did. That's the most minute. That's the most minute to me. But go ahead. Go ahead.
He got caught with some weed. That has nothing to do with anything of why this man is not alive today. For one, for two, it's been one step like this man said, it's profiling.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A black male getting caught with weed,
right,
is way worse than a white man getting caught with weed.
Right. Oh, they don't get caught. They get approached.
They don't even
They get approached, but it never enters a record
because they never get searched at the same time.
All right.
You know
long as you say it. Long as you say it.
We used to getting searched.
Long as you say it.
Once we get pulled over pulled over walking, you might as well expect to get searched.
Right.
You understand me? It's gonna happen. So 9 times 10 it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
All right.
Minding your business, we look suspicious, so we
oh my God. Say it.
Say it. Look it up. Right. Look at your facts. Caucasians do way more drugs than African Americans. But African Americans are in jail
at such a higher rate, almost twice the rate.
Yes. Than Caucasians on drug charges.
We down there half the prison population.
On drug charges.
But 10% of the national population.
How?
But, okay, so
how?
You got his marijuana charge.
Right.
You got his quote-unquote sex offender charge because he failed to register as a sex offender on a fugazi charge.
He refused to sign. He refused to sign as a sex offender because that was still currently his wife. You know what I mean? He's married to the woman now.
But not only that, that would make it impossible for him to go get his children from school.
Right. So he refused.
Or stay in school. Or take them to the park.
Right. Now, while we on sexual offenders,
he couldn't coach his kid in a basketball or football game. Couldn't even come to the gym.
Let's remember there was a swimmer at Stanford who just raped a female and got 6 months.
Right. Let's stay on topic though. We're gonna do this on another 5
No. You're right. You're right. But I have to show the parallel. But this is the last thing I have to say about Alton Sterling. The last thing I have to say about it is they gave him a domestic, not abuse, but like a domestic altercation charge.
Breaking in.
Oh yeah, unauthorized entry. But they also gave him some sort of domestic charge. But you know, look, everybody have a misunderstanding with their old lady.
Right.
She ain't went to the folks and said that he beat her across the head, or she ain't got no lumps, and this, that, and the third. Like, everybody has some sort of misunderstanding in a relationship.
Right.
So that's that.
And he definitely could have been cussing or anything with the police shoulder. He's still not right.
At the end of the day, it's up to the police to really charge you, or the DA or the prosecutor to really charge you. And that's all something that goes towards convictions and statistics. That's all legal and political.
But the cops get out in front of it and try to beat you in the media.
Right.
You know what I mean? They try to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
They try to convict you through the public.
Right.
First.
But
by distributing your record.
Most important is this individual was not in a vehicle, right?
Right.
When you're in a car, they can run your plate and see who this car belongs to. They may not be able to see who you are. If it's your car, they can see who you are. But they can see who this who this vehicle belongs to. Okay, when you roll up on an individual, he has no barcode across his head. He has no tag that you can scan. You don't know him from Adam, like they used to say, right? You did? So, at this point in time, you have no reason to aggressively, come forth, to pursue this man aggressively. So now, you've done your job all the way wrong, and so many constitutional rights were violated that I'll give them to you, but you do your fucking homework.
And another thing, there's a store video they have yet to release. The store video shows from the beginning encounter to the very end. But they will not release it yet because it obviously doesn't tell their side of the story. Because if it had told their side of the story, if it was easy to explain their side of the story through the video, it would have been released.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
White, it don't matter who you are, Asian, Latino, that shit made it hard for me to sleep. Right. You understand what I'm saying? That shit made it hard for me to perform my duties at work. We can't look at something like that. Like, my G, the only thing I've ever seen that is similar to that is a beheading of ISIS.
Right.
You can't look at an execution like that and just say that it's okay, especially when there was no reason for it.
That was my first
That
thought.
creates paranoia.
That was my first thought, and I was like, yo, why she didn't keep that camera still? Why she didn't keep that camera still? But you kidding? It's hard to watch somebody get killed.
It's hard.
Especially when you see that first muzzle flash.
Right.
Yeah.
Pow! Shoot that woman broke.
And she's never experienced nothing like that.
Right.
You can tell.
Boom.
It's a stopped your train.
It's a national story. We're going on the next day, 12 hours later.
But to end this story, for one, to piggyback off of man, white people might need to take classes or read a book on some type of African history, a real live book. Just stop watching TV.
Be genuinely interested in us.
Stop watching the ratchet shows on MTV, VH1.
They ain't gotta read shit. Just chill the fuck out. We fucking human, yo.
Right. Because we genuinely interested in y'all.
That's what I'm saying.
We ain't around y'all kicking the bobo all day.
If they need to take a class, do not take it with the TV screen, cause we all know the TV screen and the media
I agree
and
with
the
that.
news.
I agree with that.
All flip
It's gonna say you wrong every time.
Say you
It's
wrong
gonna say you
every time.
That's right. It be
Shouts out to Tom.
Goddamn
But at the same time, subconsciously, it gives you a mental version of basically being racist without even trying to.
That's right.
You understand?
That's right.
Straight up.
Talk that shit.
R.I.P. man, my man Alton Sterling.
Big
You
L,
understand? It was a tragic loss.
You seen that boy crying at the podium?
Shout out to the family.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I send my condolences to the family.
His old lady was strong, but his little boy, 14, 15, was losing. And I be losing too.
You can't keep hearing the story. You know what I'm saying? You know your dad was out there trying his best.
And if you watch this show, if you watch The Murder and it doesn't give you chills, we praying for you too. You understand?
Right.
Damn sure.
Right.
Hey, man,
well, I ain't gonna pray for you if it don't affect you. Fuck them and feed them beans.
I'm still praying for him, man.
Right.
No, I'm not. If it don't affect you, it's a universal God who got what He got for all of us.
Yeah.
If I walk the righteous path, I don't have nothing to worry about. If I don't walk the righteous path, then I got a lot to worry about. If I can't see humanity in people, if I can't see humanity in humans,
right.
Let's do some etymology, right? Let's break words down. If I can't see humanity in humans, I'm sorry. I done grabbed the train and hit it twice.
If you can't see humanity